We got the Cavs and Pacers. Their first game is today at 3 o'clock Pacific time. I think the regular season series was 3 games to 1, but obviously the last 2 games was when the Cavs already locked up the first seed as well too. Darius Garland looks like he's nursing a toe injury, so I don't know. I haven't checked the update if he's going to be playing and be available for today, but obviously, you got a juggernaut in the cap and the Cavs, who was Terrence dark horse for the past 5 million years, and they finally know one seed.
They
Who
started.
you got in the series, man?
They finally done put something together, or I guess maybe found the secret sauce and just like the confidence, but them also just playing together as a team. Um, I think I have them in 6 games. I have Cleveland in 6 games over Indiana. I think what I'm most looking forward to is probably just like, well, is first of all, Darius Garland, like, where's his health wise? Is he
I think
still
he's game time decision today. Let me double check one last
okay?
time.
I know he missed
Um,
one of the games in that last series too.
He missed like the
yeah, he missed
last
the
two
the
games.
last game. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So hopefully he can kind of get back
Yeah,
to
he's game time decision.
a little closer to 100%. But I'm interested in the guard play. Just the back and forth between Tyrese and Donovan, but also like just like how Indiana will spread the floor and maybe try to get Evan Mobley and Jared Allen away from the basket and see how like that will help too, just like the schemes and stuff. But I do think Cleveland still, from a depth perspective, has what they need, I think, to get past Indiana. Tyrese played. I mean, again, I know Dame wasn't there, but he played pretty well in my opinion. So I think he's he's bounced back at least from last year. Like if I can remember correctly, he didn't have like that great of series last year.
Yeah, he was pretty inconsistent last year.
So I feel like he's trying to like big up his chest a little bit, like with that whole Dame moment, and try to put 2 feet down and like really show people, at least the NBA fans and like his peers, like I'm like that too. So I want to see how he plays in this series, but I do think I still got Cleveland.
Yeah, I got Cleveland in six as well too. Home court really going to serve him justice. And Evan Mobley's the defensive player of the year, so I'm curious to see like that matchup between him and Pascal Siakam because you really got to slow down
Hmm.
Siakam. So I would try to slow down Siakam, and I'll try to make Tyrese Burton into more of a scorer as well too, and really try to funnel
Hmm.
him to settle for like floaters and mid range shots because his bag ain't really like that. And Cleveland, I know they're kind of from their guard position. Like Donovan Mitchell's a capable defender, but with Darius Garland, he's not really known for his defense. But if Darius Garland can just average his regular season numbers, then it'll kind of cancel out with his bad defense as well too. But their depth is nice. Their coach is nice. Donovan Mitchell probably gonna average 30 against them as well too. Then you got that rim protection in Jared Allen, and then you also got their bread and butter who they traded for Hunter as well too. I'm curious to
Hmm.
see if they're gonna start him eventually in the series. They don't necessarily need to, but this is gonna be an exciting matchup. I think this is gonna be definitely the best matchup in the East for sure as well too. But that 5 out gonna be interesting with Indiana. But this is gonna be, I think, Indiana's first series in the Tyrese Halliburton era where they're relatively playing a fully healthy team. So I'm curious to see
Hmm.
how this pans out. But I got the Cavs in the six as well too. I think they'll split uh the first 4 games and then the Cavs win the last two.
Damn, you think Indiana could get one on the road in the first two? I
Yeah.
don't know.
Hmm.
Okay.
I think that honestly, I'm gonna take the Cavs in five. I
Damn.
don't
Okay.
really think the Pacers. I just don't think the Pacers are that great. I think they have a really deep team, and I think that helps them a lot. Um, but I'm like, again, yeah, like the Giannis teams that they didn't beat in the past 2 years have been missing key pieces. Um, so I can't really. I just don't think they're like. I don't think they're built for the playoffs. I think that if you're, say, like Luca was on this team instead of Halliburton, I think they would be very different. But I
Mm,
think the way that this team is built, you need a star that's better than Hallie. And I don't mean that to disparage him at all, but I mean like a top five star, you know?
Mhm.
I think that's the type of team that this is if otherwise there's no one else who I really feel like I can rely on. I feel like there's a bunch of guys who can do stuff, but I don't know who I would say is the second most reliable person. Siakam is really good. I'm glad they have Siakam.
yeah,
But
fuck well.
yeah, I just don't really see them. I'll say this, if the Cavs are who they're supposed to be, and if Garland is healthy, they should really beat them in five.
Mm,
Yeah, and that's the key. Like I feel like this whole season I've been watching them and like measuring them up against their eventual playoff matchup with Boston. So I feel
Mhm.
like
mm,
if they're who they're supposed to be, they will make quick work of Indiana to get to who they really want to see and why they acquired Hunter, I think, in the first place.
Yeah.
mm. Damn. So 6-6-5. Yeah, we'll see how that joint go. And even if it's a 6-6, I mean, or even if it's a 5 game series, I kind of see it kind of being like how when Boston played the Pacers last year, where every game except one was relatively pretty close, but Boston just closed. So I can see a series kind of like that, where it's a close game and then the better team just plays better down the stretch as well too. So we'll see.